path that will stretch us thin, but if the stars align, we might just save more lives than ever thought possible. We had multiple choices here, but again, this Senate chooses to help as many as we can. Although I commend your boldness in this decision, I cannot help but express a deep concern. The mysterious Leviathan of Cygnus, a creature of unknown power, perhaps our greatest potential asset, remains unapproached, unexplored. We may live to regret not channeling our resources to establish communication with this enigmatic entity. But the die is cast, and our gaze must now shift to the immediate task at hand. Our galactic defense army needs to expand, and the time to choose our frontline protectors is upon us. Two distinct paths lay before you. We either must choose the discipline and strategic humanoids and cyborgs to train for our next fleet, or we must optimize for the nimble and unpredictable intelligent animals and compact droids. This choice is not just about strategic advantages. It is about the identity we want to project into the cosmos, what face we will present to the universe and to ourselves. Senators, these humans, these characters will not only defend our galaxies, but will be a reflection of us, receiving visual enhancements to represent our strength and resolve. The decision you make today will echo through the galaxies. Choose wisely, for our collective future is in your hands. As always, let's move with purpose and solidarity. The time is now, Senators. We shall choose our path. May the cosmos guide us. Before evaluating the options of GV-004, I'd like to hand off the communication to, of course, our Sergeant of Arms, Vega. Vega, please take.
Thank you, Chancellor. Esteemed Senators of the Galactic Senate, I do want to take some time here to address the results of GV-003. Today marks a pivotal moment in our journey as we unveiled the results of the Senatorial Committee's decision on GV-003. And in the face of daunting challenges, the Senatorial Committee has made a bold and compassionate choice to attempt to save all three planets, Serath 6, Cygnus 7, and Draco 9. This decision, while noble and driven by the desire to protect the lives of our citizens, comes with inherent risks and resource requirements that cannot be ignored. As your Sergeant of Arms, I must acknowledge the weight of this decision, which places considerable stress and demands immense responsibility on myself and our defense. The path ahead is fraught with uncertainties, and the demands on our collective strength are unparalleled. However, I stand here today to pledge my unwavering commitment to honor the decision made by this Senate. We embark on a journey where the stakes are high and the challenges before us are formidable. Yet, I draw strength from the unity and resilience that define us as a galactic community. It is with this unity that we shall face the unknown, and with compassion, we shall endeavor to secure a future that preserves the lives and hope of the inhabitants of those planets. We need to call upon each of you, esteemed senators, once again now to stand united in the face of adversity. The decision of GV-003 binds us together forever in purpose, and GV-004 will bind us together forever in identity and representation. Chancellor Gallion will lead us through the next galaxy-shifting decision here as he breaks down GV-004. And dare I say, this decision may have the biggest impact on the way our time in history is viewed forever. Thank you, esteemed senators, for your trust and confidence in our ability to lead through these trying times. And may our actions and decisions be guided by the best interests of our galaxy. And may we emerge stronger, united, and victorious. Chancellor, I'll allow you now to go through GV-004, and thank you for sharing the floor with me today.
Thank you, Sergeant of Arms Vega. For now, I will cast my screen so you can see the votes, as today shall have a visual element as well. It is important for you to understand, as we have discussed, this will be our identity for the next fleet class of the Galactic Defense Army. We want you to ensure that you are choosing an identity and the right prospects to be able to prioritize for our next fleet. I will continue by sharing my screen for those of you who will be able to see, and we'll continue to the Galactic Forum in GV-002. Let us move this to the side. Let us make this larger. Congrats. So today we will have two simple options. Option 1, humanoid and advanced cyborg pilot. Overview. This class of pilots are primarily humanoids, consisting of a variety of alien species possessing human-like characteristics. Additionally, advanced cyborgs, beings with both organic and biomechatronic body parts, are also included. Strengths. The primary strengths of humanoid and advanced cyborg pilots lie in their cognitive abilities. Their superior decision-making capabilities, strategic thinking, and adaptability to novel and complex situations make them an invaluable asset. Cyborg pilots specifically bring enhanced physical abilities and built-in tech compatibility, allowing for seamless interfacing with various flight systems. Weaknesses. Humanoids and cyborgs may be susceptible to physical and psychological stress, fatigue, and require rest periods for optimal performance. Cyborgs, while physically superior, may have vulnerabilities to electronic warfare, such as hacking or EMPs. Powerful bonuses. Successfully investing in this class can unlock advanced human-cyborg synergy program, facilitating unprecedented cooperation between organic and artificial pilots. This can potentially lead to an evolution in pilot tactics and strategy, unlocking new levels of efficiency and effectiveness in combat. That is option A, humanoid and advanced cyborg pilots. Option B, intelligent animals and compact droids. Overview. This class comprises intelligent animals such as species rooted from monkeys, birds, and foxes, alongside compact droids. These beings are exceptionally agile and quick, both physically and mentally. Strengths. These pilots, owing to their smaller size, can man compact, agile, and difficult to target fighter craft. Their natural agility and instincts lend themselves to unpredictable and innovative flight patterns. Droids in this class are perfect for precision tasks, boast high processing power, and are unaffected by physical or emotional fatigue. Weaknesses. While their size provides advantages, it can also limit the scale and types of weaponry and equipment they can handle. Animals may require extensive and specialized training programs as well. Droids may lack the creative thinking and adaptability of their organic counterparts and share similar electronic warfare vulnerability with cyborg. Powerful bonuses. Investing in this class could lead to a revolution in spacecraft design, promoting development of smaller, faster, and more agile ships with novel weapon systems. It can also result in advancements in AI and biotechnology, bridging the gap between biological and artificial entities, leading to the evolution of new species of intelligent life forms with unique abilities. That is option B. Additionally, what we've shared with you here today, Galactic Senators, is multiple visuals and outputs of what each respective class could look like. Below, you'll be able to see a fleet of multiple individuals. Here we have the humanoid fleet class. Additionally, you'll see with these prospects, there's multiple different visuals here. They hold different characteristics and traits, and they have a totally different identity as the alternate class as well. Here is where you can choose if this is a fit for you and the identity of the fleet class we seek. Additionally, we have also provided a fleet class for all of the intelligent animals and compact droids. Here we can see multiple different life beings here. Again, much smaller, much more unique, but much more adaptable to the different scenarios of our world. Again, senators, this is your choice, your opportunity on which to prioritize in this fleet. And which one we choose to prioritize will also receive additional input in regard to creating a stronger visual output and, of course, an ability for you to have a true identity for this fleet. This is your choice, this is your opportunity, and this will, of course, be the identity of the Galactic Defense Army moving forward. Whichever one we choose will also receive a visual upgrade, and with that visual upgrade will come different mechanics that will include animations as well. So your choice matters. The investment we put into each of these respective fleets will matter, and the outputs and the visuals will upgrade accordingly as well. With that, senators, you have a simple choice. Choose one of these two fleets, and we will prioritize accordingly on behalf of the Galactic Defense and the Galactic Senate. We hope that all of you will be able to take this decision seriously and, of course, give us your input here in the upcoming debate. Sergeant of Arms Vega, is there anything else you'd like to add before we close the current opening and then move over to the debate forum as well?
Yes, Chancellor. Just wanted to thank you for sharing those visuals on the behalf on our behalf for the Senate here to help aid their decision making on the representative imagery that will be used to potentially write our names down in the history books. I love seeing that all these senators are in here listening to these results of GV-003 and GV-004 missions being revealed. And votes are definitely coming in, but does seem that senators are taking their time here with this crucial decision. And I appreciate that as your Sergeant of Arms, as we are on the precipice of the foundation of what could potentially write us down as the greatest senatorial committee this galaxy has ever seen. And this is an invigorating vote structure here following what was quite a high risk and demanding vote structure from GV-003. So feeling energized with GV-004, looking forward to the debate here and ready to kick things off if you are, Chancellor.
Absolutely. One request we make, or actually two requests we shall make. One, please update your name if you are the one of the Galactic Senators. Please represent yourself as Senator X or Y. Please ensure you update your name so that we could properly communicate with each and every one of you. Again, if you're a loyal partisan, you could keep your name as is, or you could add loyal before your name and include it here. Again, we want decorum here within the Galactic Senate. We ask you to follow these rules as there will be important aspects for this in the upcoming world. With that, if there are questions here, feel free to note them, of course, in the opportunity in the chat, and we'll make sure to be able to review them as well. Additionally, what you'll want to understand is that the primary differentiation between the fleets may have slight and small impacts to the first ships you may receive. But in general, we ask you as senators to optimize for aesthetic choice. Choose the character, choose the pilot that you would want to be. Choose the pilot that you see a reflection of yourself and would proudly want to represent them in the galactic cosmos as well. This is what this vote is for, nothing else. The context here will open up some small stories, but in general, we want this to be focused purely on the visual and aesthetic style. Our goal is to ensure that this first fleet is a fleet that we all admire, a fleet that we treasure, and more importantly, a fleet that will continue to scale and provide hope. Additionally, for those that we prioritize, the other fleet that is not prioritized will end up becoming the second fleet of our world. We will lose neither of these. Rather, this is purely a prioritization of which class we want. So again, choose the one that you truly connect with, that you truly resonate with. And that is the most important aspect of this vote today. Correct, Senator Guarniero. Optimize for aesthetics here. This is the element here for now. The additional the additional context provided is just more secondary. Choose what you want. Choose the look. And again, this is not the full fleet of either of these. There are multiple animals, multiple droids, multiple humans that we have not shared. This is just a small representation. What you will want to understand, all of our esteemed galactic senators, is that these fleet are only 80% ready, meaning that the one you choose, we will prioritize to finalize the last 20%. We will customize it based off your impact and the choices you've made here today. We may lose a couple of these species due to the poor choices you've made in prior votes, but in general, the one that you choose here today will be the primary identity of the collection. This is important, and this is why you want to be thoughtful with your choices. Senators who are voting too early, you are making a fool and a mockery of this system. And for those of you who vote too early, you shall be punished soon. Again, for all of you who are truly participating, take all of the context, take all of the feedback, and ensure that you understand what is good for the collective group. All of you senators voting early are selfish. We don't want that here. We want you to participate collectively together. So understand that here as well as you communicate with one another. With that, let's continue to move forward here, see if there's additional questions as well. You cannot renounce your vote. Your vote is final. Again, this is an important factor here as well. Take this seriously. For those of you who are galactic senators, we have just lost 200 galactic senators who did not fulfill their duty, and you will not receive it again. There is no way to redeem your role if you do not fulfill your senatorial obligations. You will lose it. But additionally, if you don't act with the right intentions, we as Chancellor and Sergeant of Arms may also revoke your element as well. Nothing is guaranteed here. We require all of you to continue to support and ensure this galaxy is protected. With that, I'll pass it over back to Sergeant Vega to be able to continue some of the questions here as well.
Thank you, Chancellor. Just wanted to comment a little bit on what you just said. Senators, let's use history here in the last debate structure on GV-003. There was a significant amount of early decision making done in that vote structure, and as the debates went along and as more information was gathered and shared, people were commenting quite a bit in the Galactic Coliseum chat how they wish they could have changed their vote. There is no rush here in this design. That is the beauty of this vote structure. We provide a lot of opportunity for meaningful thought and mental fortitude through a difficult time in decision making as a group. I appreciate those who are definitely taking their time here and waiting to see where the rest of these debate structures land, seeing which senators can defend which specific decision that they choose and provide some valuable insight to the other senators. So I just wanted to remind us very recent history of quite a few senators in the last vote wishing that they could have changed their vote a couple of times. Senator Killam, let me see here, maybe open up voting after the first debate going forward. The Chancellor and I are always discussing different ideas on how to open voting structures. However, the onus, I do believe, falls on the senators, and we will act accordingly to those who we feel may be not fulfilling their senatorial duties to the extent as which we should see them doing so. Just going to continue here looking through questions. If I know what I want and I'm certain I can be convinced otherwise, why can't I vote early? I'm an impatient senator. Senator Jeff Corbin, the purpose of us suggesting to wait is that the galaxy is always changing, and senators are willing to spend their time making sure that what we do here is going to be written in history forever. Whether or not you are voting early or know what your decision is at a very early stage, allowing yourselves to be mindful and open to the potential for decision making changes later on shows meaningful thought processes, at least to me as a sergeant of arms. I'm not sure, Chancellor, what you're thinking here as well. But I do appreciate quick decision making. However, in this galactic coliseum, within these senatorial structures, I do recommend spending some time and just making sure that you have everything that you need to feel confident with your decisions. Senator Lorem, can we get the example pictures posted here in chat? Oh, Chancellor Galleon's already on it. Thank you, Chancellor. Virgilius, Senator Virgilius, I need to know more on the performance statistics of these groups before making decisions. Does one operate better in a certain situation? As the Chancellor has mentioned, whilst the details are quite descriptive in GV-004 voting docket, let us focus on the aesthetics here within these decisions. The specific details regarding these pilots will impact the fleet aesthetics to a certain extent, correct? And will impact future things in a very slight way. However, instead, focus these images as being a part of an image representative of our galaxy, our time in this galaxy. Use the aesthetics to feel connected with these pilots. Specifically, Senator Virgilius, I'll direct this at you since you posed the question. Take your time, look at the different visualizations, and see if you can find a connection with any of these pilots that you feel brings something out, brings the most brave and courageous senator or most caring and thoughtful senator in you out. And whichever one resonates best with you, that is how I would approach this vote structure. Just seeing here if we can get caught up in the questions chat. Chancellor is addressing questions as we go. Thank you again, Chancellor. Senator Lamb. Senator Lamb is focused on some rich history with animals and collections going down in history. If the goal is to vote purely on aesthetics, Senator Checkmate, thank you for this question. If the goal is to vote purely on aesthetics, then wouldn't it be made quickly after review? Senator Check, I do understand your point here. However, as you have seen in previous debates and different voting structures, what we first share with you isn't the only bit of information that is shared. What could potentially happen here through GV-004 are some more opportunities to take a look at different designs of these characters, and perhaps your view on aesthetics could change. I know for a fact, there's been often times where I think I'm leaning towards one aesthetic in a representation of a specific brand, for example. However, other versions of the art grows on me over time, and then I start to value that side of the collection as well. So please, I do stress that first quick glimpse isn't enough to feel connected to this collection, as it's something that's going to be a part of not only our history as a group, but yours specifically as your time spent here, Senator. It's going to be the vision that represents you specifically as a senator and representative of the time that you shared with us as a galactic senator. Senator Jeff, I will listen to the people. Thank you, Senator Jeff, for seeing reason. Although you feel those attempts may be feeble, Senator, I do believe that you will find value in these discussions, and perhaps we will see either a reassurance of your initial thoughts or perhaps a shift in your decision makings. Sergeant, Senator of Jules, are these examples the base characters? Will there be one of ones or rarity? As the Chancellor has mentioned, there will be other characters that have animations to them. There will be one of ones. Chancellor, would you like to discuss a little bit further on this topic, or are you happy with the information you've shared thus far?
I'm more than happy to answer. Can you point me to or restate the question here as well?
Yes, Senator Jules has just simply asked, are these examples the base characters or the base
Correct.
imagery, or will there be one of ones or rarity? I did explain that there will be one of ones. I don't know if you want to dive further into the specifics of that. I'll leave that up to you, Chancellor.
Correct. These are all the base fleet individuals at the moment right now. There will be those who will outperform during their fleet class that will be upgraded and will be given even more powerful elements in their journey. So additionally, you could expect a much greater range. For what you are seeing, these are just the base characters.
Thank you, Chancellor, for that clarity. Whilst these are the base characters, I am mesmerized by both of the aesthetics here. I personally, as your Sergeant of Arms, as you all know, I do have one vote that is only worth one vote. I have no idea where I'm going to go here. Love the support here going towards both sides, humanoids and the animals side. Let me just keep going here through any questions. There are some concerns about the comment that the Chancellor made here about quick decision making. Let us not stress too much about this within this debate structure. Let us focus on the decision making surrounding the focus of GV-004 missions. Quicker votes, decision making here will be addressed later on, I do believe, by the Chancellor and myself. Just scrolling here through the, is there anyone who would like to join me up on stage? Let me potentially bring someone up. Senator Circles, as always, willing to share his time here with the Senate. Circles, I will bring you, Senator Circles, I will bring you up on stage here while I continue to scroll the text chat. I'm about 100 messages behind, so while you chat, sir, and share your thoughts and opinions, I will catch up with the chat in the Galactic Coliseum. Senator Circles, thank you again for joining us up on stage. Always love your thoughtfulness within your decision making. Senator, do either of these collections speak to you in any sort of deeper way? And if so, would love to hear your thoughts. And I think I can safely say feelings here within this specific GV-004 vote.
Yes, I have several different thoughts, even spanning back to 003 and potential solutions for the early voting. It's kind of different thoughts. One for potential early voting. Would a potential ping/reminder, maybe a day before the final vote goes through, be beneficial? Perhaps they're worried that if this is their only reminder of the votes, they might, if they don't do it now, they might forget and not be able to vote. We just had 200 of our brethren who ultimately were kicked out of the Senate. So just some ideas on that. Or GV-003. I am saddened that option D was chosen. I believe our resources are going to be stretched too thin, and ultimately we aren't going to be able to save everybody as efficiently as possible. And I had hoped that the Leviathan would have had answers for all three options, but I guess we will not be able to properly pursue that. As for GV-004, while I personally vibe more with the animalistic tendencies, I am in fact rocking a goat pre-FP, so that is not hard to believe, and I would hope that, I don't know, maybe there's a goat in there one of these days. Logically / world building wise, it makes a lot of sense for option A to be the choice. I know we're not playing that game, but I have, dear Lord, so many devil's advocates reasons of why we should go GV-00 or option A for 004. But yeah, my vote purely aesthetically would be option B.
Senator circles quite a few things to unpack there. As far as the notifications for the vote structure, as we gather as senatorial committee, we do feel a lot of the responsibility chosen when going down this path into this galaxy and holding the position of galactic senator. The responsibility is on the senators to make the decisions they feel is best for them to make sure that they're fulfilling their responsibilities. I do feel it is reasonable as a reminder on my behalf to remind all you senators 24 hours before the vote closes. With one ping, I can definitely do that moving forward. I can, if that's something the senators do feel valuable, I'm happy to address that and take that on as my responsibility as your sergeant of arms here moving forward. In regards to GV-003, I think you and the Chancellor actually have a few similar perspectives there. The Chancellor seems to be enamored with the potential of what the Leviathan could have achieved for us and putting all of our focus on that specific resource, Senator. So as your Sergeant of Arms, however, I am very happy with the balanced approach, the focus on attempting to trying to save as many lives as we possibly can in this galaxy. It was a difficult decision to make. Do not fault any senators for picking either or. However, the Leviathan did seem to have some momentum within these galactic chambers, and I was very, very surprised to see that one didn't take that vote down. However, as your Sergeant of Arms, I do have to honor the decision that was made, and happy to do so moving forward. Looks like Shadow Chancellor Senator Lemon Boy has joined us. I do want to address your final point there, Senator Circles. I do feel you are focusing on all the right things here when making your decision on GV-004. I know you are a senator of the details. However, we will have to look at you to pull on your heartstrings and find what catches your eye, Senator, as this will be, as I have mentioned multiple times, an imaged representative, a representative image of who we are and our timestamp within this time in our galaxy's history. So appreciate you sharing your thoughts up there. Chancellor Galleon even mentioned during this chat, touching back on your thoughts on GV-003. Imagine a Leviathan in our army. We would be unstoppable. Senator Lemon Boy, thank you very much for joining me up on stage again. I'm sure you few thoughts on GV-004. I'm sure you've got a couple of thoughts on GV-003. Looking forward to hearing what those are, sir.
Yes, and I thank you for pulling me up here today, Sergeant Vegas. Tis I, Shadow Chancellor Lemon Boy, representing no longer just Sector 654355-AB+. Now, what I can only assume is the entire galaxy, as this Senate has once again led us astray time and time again. I do not blame you, Sergeant Vegas, or even you, the great purple piece of shit. But before I dive in, what I ask is that we simply take a moment of silence for the time that all of the parents of these senators here have wasted in raising what I can only assume are the most brain dead of individuals. During that time, I will hit my vape. What a beautiful moment that was. I come to the Senate now to once again ask but a single question. What is it we're doing here? What is it? Please do tell me, because I think I may have lost the thread. Losing, failing, embarrassing ourselves time and time again. And now I once again look at the options put before me by what is supposed to be our leadership in some way or another, and I see nothing but idiotic decisions. No, yes, please take my dog. Take my dog, yes, turn him into a pilot. That'll be fantastic. Lord knows I've sent him into enough battles. And another question, you know what, if you're going to be answering that one at this point, could they at least be sexy? Can anything in this damn galaxy be sexy? Is it a crime? Look at what we have before us. An option of, my dog and the neighborhood cat as our great defenders and saviors of the galaxy, or what appear to be an advanced army of hunchbacks suffering from severe, crippling, chronic internet use. And now I am supposed to stand aside, not even being given a single nebulon to drop ship myself and destroy that damn dirty beast, the Leviathan, as it crumbles this whole nation. Won't even put it to a vote. Says they'll put it to a vote. Lies to us. Not the first lie, mind you, just the first that we know about. And on top of that, goes on to say that we may not vote with our hearts and with our minds as rapidly as possible. What I have to say to that is, my fellow senators, at this point, let chaos reign. Please vote before this call starts. Please vote before we assemble. I want to see 894 votes in the next vote prior to this call beginning, prior to anyone reading out a single line. I pose many a question here, and I do demand an answer.
Senator Lemon Boy, we have told you multiple times your views on bestiality are not allowed here. I know you want to continue with the voting here, but again, we will not be bringing sexy animals back to our fleet. You know what happened last time, and it made it very difficult for the rest of the senators here. But again, I still understand, and I agree with you very directly, that we have made many foolish decisions here as well. But again, we are simply just a chancellor and a sergeant. We are doing what is right with these votes. Even if we may have brain dead senators, those senators have a right to vote from their elected positions. So we must ensure, although you ask for chaos, we seek order. And in that order, we will continue to provide more options to our wonderful, wonderful Senate. Again, there are multiple new options and multiple new votes. I know you don't have the brightest dog, but there are quite intelligent animal species out there. For you to put them all down in this world is a gross and negligent behavior. For you can always choose the character and the fleet that you would like to see. Again, that is your simple vote, and that is your simple choice. With that, I'll yield the floor back to Sergeant Vega to see if he has any responses or address any of the questions as well from the Senate.
Senator Lemon, you threw me off for a second there, Senator. I thought you were genuinely asking what we were doing here. I thought you might have gotten lost and forgot you were within the Galactic Coliseum and then the Senate chambers. But as you further discussed, I do think you kind of know what we're doing here. So that was fairly reassuring. And also, hashtag hunchbacks can be sexy too, Senator. So please let sexiness be in the eye of the beholder, as long as it does not include bestiality, as the Chancellor had mentioned. Does seem as though most of the questions here, there isn't a significant amount of questions regarding GV-004. There are a couple more senators raising their hand. Senator Chime has raised his hand. I'll bring Senator Chime up on stage. He has joined us before as well. Senator Chime, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
Would love to hear your thoughts on GV-004, and looking forward to seeing which side you are leaning towards at this point.
yeah. Good evening, esteemed senators and my fellow senators. Good evening, Senator Vega and Lemon Boy Circles, Chancellor Gillian, and Senator Jeff Corbyn. Yeah, thank you very much, Vega, for finally getting my name right and properly. And yeah, I just wanted to say, first of all, um, um, Lemon Boy was wrong about you. You're a very beautiful person, and you're a handsome person, and we deserve, like, we don't even deserve you. And yeah, we all love you as a sergeant. So yeah, my thoughts on GV 004. Yeah, I mean, it's just one. I'll just say one thing: Rocket Raccoon, and that's all. So yeah. So when you vote, just remember Rocket Raccoon, and that should influence your voting. Thank you very much.
Thank you for supporting myself and my hunchback here. I took that shot personally from Senator Lemon. I did address Senator Lemon's concerns, and so did the Chancellor. Do want to give the floor back to him if you'd like to rebuttal anything that was shared at this point.
Thank you once again, Sergeant Vegas. I would like to rebuttal many a thing, quite honestly, and I'd like to start off by saying that our great and honorable leader, truly, if bullshit wore a bra, you would be top heavy. I don't understand how you can come in here insulting these good senators, calling them brain dead even, when you will not voice an opinion but seem to know all. It is easy to hold back, to stay thy tongue in a scenario whereby you may not say a single iota of your thought or opinion, but it may loud over us with your wisdom after the fact. Yes, hindsight is 2020. No one is surprised about that. But to insult my fellow good senators, I alone command that right, alongside any other senator that might want to speak up. If at least we let our voices be heard. But you, to insult us as we lead down this path of death and destruction, is quite insulting to my core. And I don't know what to tell you, Senator Chime. Maybe glasses are in order. Maybe something else is needed, something a bit stronger, but there is no scenario where I would touch Sergeant Vegas with a 10-foot pole. Me or any of my wives, mind you. Thank you.
I will try, as your sergeant of arms, not to take that personally. I am trying to bring sexy back to the hunchback system. However, it doesn't seem to be vibing with Senator Lemon. That's okay. I'm not everyone's vibe. That's fine. I can live with that. I am very excited, however, to have a new senator here join us up on stage. Senator Supreme. Don't believe I've had the honor to share the stage with you, or Senator. Feel free to unmute yourself and share your thoughts on either the results of GV-003 or your preferences here in GV-004.
Distinguished senators, may I say I have been listening to what all of you have been saying. Well, I just want to say, let us not lose focus of what is at stake. Let us not lose focus of what we are fighting for. Let us not lose focus of what the ultimate goal is. That is what we are here for. That is why we are here. In whatever we do and in whatever action we are about to take, let us always consider the bigger picture. That is all I want to say for now. And let me listen to you all speak your mind.
Thank you, Senator Supreme. Got some chills here, trying to remember how focused we need to be here in this chamber. With all of these intense decision making that we have to make as a group, with all this information being thrown at us at once, it is quite easy to get thrown in different directions. Senator Supreme, you're definitely correct. And while we debate which mission we should follow as a committee and send our galaxy on specific directions, not either here or there, it does seem as though the focus here does need to be on the current vote, GV-004. Do see that some votes are coming in here as this debate structure has gone on. Seems as though some of the senatorial debates that have come up on stage potentially have moved the needle for either option A or B. I'm seeing a lot of support for both sides at this time. One of my favorite things that happens throughout these debates is I tend to have what I feel is a fairly good grasp on what the results of these voting structures should be as time goes on. I can safely say that at this current stage, this is definitely still a coin flip in my eyes. Not sure where this one's going to land. However, I hope these further debates potentially provide some clarity and we land on the representative imagery that we feel represents us the best as a senatorial committee. Senator Circles, I see you've unmuted yourself. Would you like to share your thoughts as well?
Yes, I was wondering what additional information we might be expecting to glean over these next few days, or if we indeed have all the information other than the debates that might come up amongst each other about the two options currently presented amongst ourselves.
Senator, as information is shared with myself, we try to share it with you as quickly as we can. Preemptively understanding what that might be over the coming days, cannot share that with you as I do not have that information. However, I do anticipate some opportunities of sharing some information here between now and the close of the vote. But that's as much as I can comment on that at this time, Senator.
Understood. And this is, once again, I have several reasons senatorially why option A would make sense with the previous options that we have already chosen. But on a purely aesthetic basis, as you said, my strings pull me towards option B. And at this point, we are saying to ignore the potential previous choices implications.
Correct. Your goal is here today to choose the species and the fleet that best represents your identity and what you would like to see if you were to become a future pilot of the Galactic Defense Army. Choose with the intention for aesthetic. That is what is needed. Don't listen to Senator Lemon Boy. He is just upset that we recruited none of the dogs or lemons from his home planet as they didn't hit the standard. I hope that each and every one of you can truly choose what represents for each and every one of you and be able to capture a sense of identity and connection. With that, we're getting here to an end, but I see Senator Jeff Corbin is also up here and has not spoken. I will give you the floor here, Senator Jeff.
Thank you, my chancellor.
Senator,
I don't know.
your quality
I'm sad.
We'll leave that senator below. Senator Jeff Corbin, you needed better Wi-Fi. I know your planet is not working well, but we shall change that here soon. With
Imagine
that,
if we would have upgraded those interstellar communication opportunities there back in GV-002. But sorry, Jeff Corbin, that was not the focus for us, Senator. Sorry, Chancellor. I just wanted to show how previous decisions can impact us in the present time.
the only decision we forgot was the decision for the clone army and the Leviathan. You fools have not prioritized that. And that will be the most important thing in our journey, I fear. But hopefully, we'll find another path forward. With that, senators, we're going to come to a close here in this first debate. I do thank all the senators who joined, even that of Senator Lemon. As a duly elected senator, we will always allow you to have your voice here and be able to communicate with this grand Senate. With that, consider your choices. You have 3 days or less than 3 days to complete the vote. Remember, if you miss more than one vote, you will lose your senator role and you will not receive it back. There is no claim. You have senatorial duties to fulfill. So ensure that we give you ample time, we give you ample knowledge, and we give you ample notifications. Ensure that you fulfill your job and your role, and this will become the greatest Senate of them all. We now have an important task for our identity, and I hope you each choose wisely. With that, we will all let you go. Farewell and be safe. Sergeant Vega, thank you for your time, and thank you all for the senators here today. With that, good night and good luck.